Hi, we're going to talk about Marvel movies today, and that's good because that's what you told me. Scorsese. Martin Scorsese said that Marvel movies aren't cinema. I sort of agree, sort of, because I believe they fell into sort of a trap and a formula that shouldn't have happened, really. But it was kind of inevitable in its own way. The early Marvel movies, like Iron Man, Iron Man 2, didn't have this issue because they were still kind of independent in their own way. The first Iron Man movie was a huge gamble. Um, Not only because of the movie at the time, Iron Man was kind of a B tier superhero. Nobody really cared. To have a movie be about him was kind of whoa. Because at the time they didn't even know the MCU was going to be a thing. They thought it was just going to be a mildly successful film, and then Marvel Studios wouldn't go bankrupt. Also, they hired Robert Downey Jr., which was at the time not a great idea, but turned out to be a great idea because he did great. And he launched the MCU. He got his act together. It was awesome. He went to Burger King and he ate he ate a burger that was so bad. He rethought all of his life choices and threw his drugs into the ocean. This is true, actually. It's my favorite story. It's my favorite celebrity comeback story. Which, if you watch Parks and Rec, there's a deleted scene where Chris Pratt mentions Kim Kardashian, and he's like, if you watch it, you know. And Chris Pratt, of course, would become Spider-Man. So, what? I think I just blacked out, which I don't know what's going on in my brain. It's full of bees. It's sawdust. Then Iron Man 2 kind of, I want to say built on it. It built on it in a narrative sense. It didn't build on it in kind of the climactic feel you felt from Iron Man 1. But it built on Tony Stark's character and who he was as a person. And I think that sense of character development really helped build him in a way that made those movies cinema. Now, I want to talk about Thor. Thor. Very much the same formula as Iron Man. It was kind of a, we're building the MCU now, and we know what to do. It was, oh, that was gross. Oh, that was gross. Oh, there's snot all over my hand. It was very formulaic. Formulaic? It was very formulaic because you start with your hero, peak of their everything, and then you knock them down, and eventually they get built back up. Um, and that's fine. It made for a good movie. Like, I like the Thor movies. Okay, I like two of the Thor movies, but they aren't cinema. They aren't. As much as I love Thor Ragnarok, it's the same thing. It's a theme park. As Scorsese, it's the same thing that Marty McFly over here said. It's a theme park. And you know, if you watch trailers, if you watch the movie, if you look at its color palette, and it's somebody took the saturation slider and just slid it all the way up in Adobe Premiere, you know what's gonna happen at the end of the day. You get introduced to Hela. She's the villain. Oh no, she destroyed his hammer. What's he gonna do? Oh my god, the power was inside of him all along. Who would have guessed? Not me. And Iron Man 3 fell into that too. Iron Man 3 sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like it because there's all the different suits, but it sucks. I hate Killian. I hate Mandarin. I This was not helped by Disney buying Marvel because Disney is a big company and they love money. And they figured out that you don't have to make good movies. People will just go watch them because it's, oh my god, it's Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man. And just you'll here comes the airplane. Everybody's just woo airplane, and it's a mess. And this was very well documented with the Star Wars movies because The Force Awakens was okay. It was like Return of the Jedi tier in my opinion because Return of the Jedi has the Ewoks and those I hate the Ewoks. But then The Last Jedi came out and it was so bad. The Last Jedi was so and then Rise of Skywalker came out and it was also so bad. That yeah, we're getting off track. Avengers Civil War. This is where the second piece of evidence comes out because I watched the video from films and stuff. They found that it was getting too formulaic and it wasn't a sustainable business model. They needed to spice things up if they wanted things to keep going. And Civil War was a good movie. I don't think it wasn't an amazing movie. It had its points, but it wasn't amazing. And there's a part in it where Iron Man is talking to Spider-Man. It's after he does the flip. Hey everybody, and then he gets up and he's talking to Iron Man, and Iron Man has his helmet down, and it's just it's horrible. I don't know if it's the CGI or the green screening, but it's just so bad. It looks awful. It gets rid of that kind of formula because you know the formula, and it's like, oh my god, they're gonna fight the Winter Soldiers, and it's like, no they're not, just kidding. They're gonna fight each other, and it ramps down instead of ramping up, which is something I really like. I agree with films and stuff because he's right. That he has the correct opinion that, you know, it doesn't have to be a huge boss battle. It can just be fisticuffs. It doesn't have to be super humorous. It can be serious. It's good. It's good. And you see, this sounds great. It sounds like, yes, maybe when Iron Man came out or Iron Man 2 came out, they were really good movies. And or they were cinema. Then we kind of had like Avengers, which is a good movie, but it's not cinema. We had Iron Man 3, which is Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World, which I remember jack shit from Thor the Dark World. You get to Civil War and it's like, oh my god, they're breaking up the formula. Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh my god. And then they followed it up with Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, if you can, what happens in Doctor Strange? We we have somebody at the height of his success knocked down, and then, oh my god, he's gonna ramp back up, and he's gonna defeat the supervillain. Then we have Spider-Man Homecoming, where, oh my god, Spider-Man, he has this really cool suit, but oh no, it gets taken away, and now he has to fight the supervillain, and then he gets his suit back. Oh, just a side note, this is why I'm never gonna recommend people watch Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, I've had people who are like, I want to get into Spider-Man movies, and I always tell them, watch the Tobey Maguire ones, or if you hate yourself, watch the Andrew Garfield ones, and I never recommend they watch Spider-Man Homecoming. Yes, it's a fine movie, but to get Spider-Man Homecoming, you have to watch Avengers Civil War, and to get Avengers Civil War, you have to watch Avengers Age of Ultron, and to get Avengers Age of Ultron, you have to watch You have to watch the first Avengers movie. And to get the first Avengers movie, you have to watch at least one Thor movie. Also, can we just talk about the fact that nothing happens in Spider-Man? Nothing happens in Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't know if you noticed that. Nothing happens. He starts with his suit, and then suit gets taken away, and then he has to fight people without his suit, and then he just gets the suit back. He just gets the suit back. Like he's this self-made Spider-Man. He says I can't be an Avenger because I just want to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and then he just gets the suit back. He learned his lesson. He learned that he doesn't need the suit. And he just gets the suit back. Marvel movies as a whole, the MCU is not cinema. They're movies, they're theme parks, they're roller coasters. You know what's going to happen, but you still ride the roller coaster because it's fun. Because they're just turn off your brain movies. But there are a few that are thought provoking and have really good messages to them, and you don't really know what's going to happen, which is what Martin Scorsese says is cinema to him. Now, obviously, this is opinionated. It's not like Martin Scorsese said it. Oh my God, I guess it must be true. Because at the end of the day, not everyone's going to agree with it. And if you promote that kind of way of thinking, but that's my synthesis.